Hello, people. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Krystal Voice TV. Welcome, everyone watching us from around the world. We are again grateful to God for giving us this day. I hope you've all had a good week. I have had mine very successful. Hey, Mimobi Biara Kwaba. I wish I could speak Ga, and then I would have said it in Ga as well and other languages. But hey, bear with me. So we are coming to you straight up from the heart of London. And today, what are we dissecting? It is some condition that is commonly found amongst the girl child and women, not women, some women in general. So we are talking about dysmenorrhea. I am laughing. Do you know why? Back in the days, I used to see men breaking up relationships, running away from their homes because of this menorrhea. Back in the days, many people whom I came across never had an idea about what this menorrhea was all about or entailed. So a lot of relationships were broken, a lot of heart breaks, a whole lot, a host of things happened. Without not taking much of your time, let me first go straight to what this menorrhea is about, and then I will channel it into our various homes. We will go straight onto our parents today. So, what is dysmenorrhea? This is a medical term for painful menstrual periods, which can involve cramping in the lower abdomen, back, and thighs, sometimes accompanied by nausea, fatigue, and other symptoms like diarrhea, fever, and so on and so forth. Anyone who has been through this knows what I'm talking about. Let me pause here and say to the men, if you're a man and you are here, you're welcome. We all have to be part of this. We all have to fight this condition. So if you're a man and you come on and we are talking about dysmenorrhea today, don't be in a hurry to run away, especially the young ones. Don't be in a hurry to run away. Sit down, listen to it, and take something from it, because in the near future, you might be settling, and who knows the woman you're going to bring home? Who knows the menstrual condition she has? You might not know. So I believe this is the right time for you to stick to this page or program and take something from it. So, to the young youth, the gentlemen especially, I'm talking about, stick and stay. Let's all learn together. You need to grab something from it for your tomorrow. So we've defined what dysmenorrhea is, and then we actually have two types of dysmenorrhea. We have the primary dysmenorrhea caused by prostaglandins, which is natural chemicals that cause uterine contractions and not related to any or an underlying pelvic condition. Whereas the secondary dysmenorrhea, that is where the problem is caused by a medical condition like endometriosis, fibroid, or pelvic inflammatory disease. Treatments options include over-the-counter pain relievers, hormonal birth control, hormone therapy, lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes. Sometimes the food we eat, we need to take a critical look at these ones. Sometimes during that time, you become so bloated, you don't know what to do. Sometimes it can be as a result of the food you've taken in. So we need to check these things. Our lifestyle, we need to check this. I am not here to talk about nutrition, so we go straight to the point. And then some of the symptoms are cramping pain in the lower abdomen, pain that can spread to the lower back and thighs. Symptoms may start a few hours before the period and last for a few days. Yes, so I'm going to pause here and then we dissect more into this. Symptoms about dysmenorrhea. As I said earlier on, as I started, I was describing or saying things about people who left their marriages because of dysmenorrhea. People broke their relationship because of dysmenorrhea because they didn't know how to handle it. I back in the days, in the early or mid 90s, yes, in the mid 90s, between 95 to 96, 97, 98, thereabout, 99. I do remember then we had a neighbor who was a caterer and a married woman as that. She had about three children as at the time. And any time it is that time of the month, I opt to help her because it was unbearable. At the time, I didn't know what dysmenorrhea was. All I could hear was menstrual cramps, and back then, crap. How do we used to call it menstrual pains. That is how we used to say it, menstrual pains. I never knew it was called dysmenorrhea until I started researching about it, and I realized it is called dysmenorrhea. It is not a good condition. I quite remember those days when this woman, when it is time for her, when she's in that time, the entire blog of 24 rooms would know that she's in that month. She is really in that month. And what we used to do to help her was to put those molded blocks on her. I was there. I did it for her, so I know what I'm talking about. She's not the only one I saw or I experienced going through this condition. There was this uniform personnel who, when it comes, every month she is admitted at the hospital. Yes. Some are so severe to the extreme. Let me use the word acute. Some are so acute that it makes you bedridden. I'm talking about the secondary dysmenorrhea. The primary one, yes, pains last at most 2 to 3 days, and you are able to stand on your feet, to run around, to go everywhere you wish to go to in the course of the week. But the secondary one, no, it isn't. It happens in a way that within the 5 days, some have it 7 days. Within this 7 days, some people are bedridden throughout. You can't stand, you can't sit, you can't eat. Everything happens. You go through this, how do we call it? Diarrhea. You have you have nausea. You everything. When I talk about everything, fever, you run temperature. It isn't easy for ladies who go through this process. It condition, not process, condition. It's never easy. I have seen a lot of people going through this, and honestly, when it is that time, you would want to cry for that woman. Why do men run away? Back in the days, I used to hear them saying, "Ah, as for this one, me, I can't. Oh, David, this is too much. Ah, what is this?" Some even used to call it. They named them. They named these kind of women they were dating then. Whenever it is that time of the month, you see men running. That is when they come to you to tell you, "I am not interested in this relationship anymore because of dysmenorrhea." Some women are privy, let me use the word privy or privileged, to go through menstrual cycles without any challenge. That is the primary one. And others go through the acute one, which puts them in bed for the entire period they go through it. Some even goes beyond the 7 days. Yes. And what it does is it causes a whole lot of problems for you as an individual, because when you're a working person, does it mean your employer would every month take sick leave from you? Which reasonable employer would be happy to have you work with him or them? They won't. When this happens, that means you're going to go hungry if you don't have any special job or thing doing aside your 31 days, 28 days office work. It is a challenge. And you would not want to see people going through it. As I said, I was there doing it for this woman. I have to put this molded blocks on her every month. Yes, I did it for her. That was when I started researching about it. And let me tell you something here. Back in the days, some of our parents didn't know about this. And so what they normally did was to give us this local um, medication made from a plant. In the local dialect, it is called tinkalo. We blend it on a stone and then mix it with a lemon, and you are asked to lick it, thinking it is going to cure you, thinking it is going to help you. But some of us did it, some ladies did it, and it never solved the problem. It rather increased the problem, it rather worsened the condition. Why? Because most of our parents never sat down to know the kind of children or a girl child they've had in the family and what goes on in the lives of that girl child, especially when it is the end that time of the month. They will give you paracetamol, especially when you're running temperature or you have fever. They will tell you, oh, let's take you to the hospital, let's take you to the doctor. And then the doctor will ask you, because you are also naive and don't know how to express the pain, don't know the name of what is happening to you. You tell the doctor, I'm running temperature, I have fever. And the doctor, as at then, it used to be chloroquine injection. And then you'll be injected, thinking you've had medication to control that pain you are going through. But it never works. It only works because you have fever. Other than that, every other thing increases in your system. And we all know that in between the pelvic area to through to our feet. No, let me rephrase it. We know that our waistline, our waist helps us to stand. And if the waistline is not fit enough to stand, what happens to you? You end up being bedridden the rest of the week until you fully come out from it. Parents, Tinkalo isn't good for your children, especially when they're experiencing this menorrhea. Sit them down, probe further, probe further. Until I started researching about it, I got to know that it is even hereditary. Yes. When your mom has it, definitely the chances are 50-50 or 50-70. The girl child will definitely get it. I spoke to some women who are in their mid 50s, and they tell you that I am still experiencing this menstrual cramps to the extent that it puts me in bed. So it is a condition we don't have to joke with. It is a condition we just don't have to play with. I quite remember back in the days around 2012, 11, 12, thereabout. I spoke to a doctor, and then in our conversation about this same dysmenorrhea, the doctor said the chances of a girl or a woman not giving birth is higher. The moment you get the sign of dysmenorrhea, take that girl child to see a doctor for her to be treated. If you don't do it and she lives with it, listen, oh, some of our African parents, we know that you've given birth to children. And so at a certain age, you are expecting to have the national cake shared with you. Everyone knows what I'm talking about or what I'm referring to as a national cake from the child. And if the child has this condition and it comes around the time you would need that national cake the most, and she can't provide, what happens to you? Because you neglected a responsibility on that particular girl child. Do you think when you need that national cake urgently, it is going to come? Mm-mm. Because the strength to stand and walk, to work, isn't there. Besides, she may need to buy medication. With that same national cake, you might be expecting from her. So, as a parent, let's do the needful. I have been hearing people saying these issues are solely for women. And so the woman in the house is supposed to be taking care of asking these questions. No, parenthood is not from one person, it is from the two people who brought that child into this world. And so it is the sole responsibility of those parents to take care of that child because that condition isn't something to be taken lightly. Dysmenorrhea is not a thing to be joked with. A condition which comes and then within that 5, 6, 7 days, a person has diarrhea, a person has fever, a person runs temperature, a person experiences fatigue. Fatigue, what is the meaning of fatigue? Losing of energy, isn't it? If you don't have that energy, how do you do things? When this condition comes and then in the 5 days or 6 or 7 days, the person goes through this. What makes you think that that person will be productive every month for you to be having the national cake, which you neglected that condition? I'm asking a question here. What makes you think that you are going to have that national cake, whereas you've neglected that condition and left your girl child to go through it? Some even don't know what this whole dysmenorrhea thing is, and they have to find out from friends. And you're expecting that child to be happy. It doesn't work that way. It won't work that way either. And so, parents, you have a responsibility. That child has come. That responsibility is not solely for the woman, it is for the two of you. That male child's responsibility is also for the two of you. Fix it. Fix it. I have seen people throwing up because they are in this condition. I have seen people crawling, matured people crawling instead of walking and screaming their heads off because of this condition. Which normal or serious employer is going to employ us? The ladies who are into this situation or condition. I have always been particular about the home because everything about the lives of a human being starts from a home. So if we don't get the proper nurturing from the home, it causes a lot in the lives of the children when they grow up. Bible says the little foxes that spoils the vine. When we leave it, it grows up, it becomes a pillar that cannot be uprooted. Before you can take that pillar off, you have to put in a lot of energy, you have to put in a lot of money, you have to put in a lot of attention. Whereas you could have taken care of it whilst it started from the little. Dysmenorrhea has caused a lot in various homes. Yes. I know some lady watching me out there would say, she's talking about this and she's laughing. You can see all her teeth. Really? I share your pain. Yeah, I share your pain. Very, very much. I share your pain. What are some of the things to do when you going through dysmenorrhea? As a lady who has no clue about what to do, I will entreat you to use these things. It states that you can get off the counter medication or painkillers or pain relievers. Yeah. So for you not to go through that pain a lot, what you can do is, this is a hot water bottle. One thing dysmenorrhea hates or dislikes is cold. Likes rather is cold. What it dislikes is hot water or heat around it. So boil water and put it into the hot water bottle and put it around the affected area. Also, we've got lemon. Is this lemon or lime? Lemon here. Yeah, we can see the shape. It is in an oval form. We've got ginger. I came prepared, isn't it? We've also got turmeric. Some people will call it turmeric. Some say turmeric. It is called turmeric. We've got it here. What can you do with these things? You need a warm water or hot water, and then this. Take just a quarter of a teaspoon. If you take more than that, it has its consequences. Add ginger. For the ginger, you can add maybe 1 teaspoon. And then squeeze the lemon and add about a teaspoon or two, depending on your preference. Stir together and sip it. It will calm the pain. When you go through, I know people go through these things and they are unable to sleep. When you do this, it can help. These are here. When you do them, when you mix them together and sip, it can help. By adding your hot water bottle, it can help. And also, dysmenorrhea is curable. So, as a responsible parent, once you've seen your daughter going through these acute pains, that causes her not to be able to go to school, that causes her not to be able to stand, that causes her not to be able to eat, that makes the entire house uncomfortable, see a doctor. If the doctor cannot do anything about it, request for a specialist. Because if it is treated today, whilst it has started, you'll be a happy soul tomorrow. But if it is not, and you tell that girl child, oh, don't worry, it is one of those things, whilst you are not going through it, you will face it. You will face it. We've taken this condition so lightly that it has caused a hole. I quite remember back in the days, I saw a man telling his wife that let me say it in our local language, in that kind language. Me, they mean to me, mean to me, say, oh yeah, we are bosumi biara. I have to be doing this. I was saying yes, I was saying yes, mean to me, and that was the end of their relation and their marriage. It's not their marriage. That was the end of it. Literally, the man is saying he cannot bear this pain. He can't. Every now and then, every other month that she goes through it, he has to go through a whole lot. He's tired of the stress that it comes with. And so, divorce came. Because of this condition, most girls are afraid to even date. Young girls or young ladies, don't be afraid. Dysmenorrhea has a cure. See your doctor. See a specialist. They can help you do it. I know of a girl who was also going through this challenge, and her parents kept telling her, don't worry, to be okay, don't worry, to be okay, don't worry, to be okay. And then the good thing about her for her is she traveled out of the country, and where she went to, she went to see a specialist, and they had a surgery on that. And today, she's a free bird. She doesn't even think about it when that time comes. She doesn't. Parents, don't tell your girl child or your children to take care of themselves, especially in these times. One other thing this menorrhea likes is pampering. So if you're a boy or if you're a man and you don't have that big heart, you don't know how to pamper, and your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance is going through this, learn it. You sit down, you massage that area. You massage their feet, you massage their back as well. And wherever there is a pain or a cramp, you do it to help. Don't leave that woman to bear it all alone because she did not create herself. It is natural, it isn't artificial. Love that woman as you can. Help her when that time comes. That is not the time to throw tantrums, to ask her that when I asked you to cook, you didn't do it, and you are here crying and saying this and doing that. That is not the time to do that. It is rather the time to show compassion, empathy, care, love, because that person did not create herself. Mm. If there is anything you can also do to help as a man, do it. If you have to see the specialist together with that woman, do it. Because if she is at peace, the home will be at peace. You will equally be at peace. Most of our African parents don't know about this, didn't know about this, and so they left their girl child to go through the process until today. They are still going through it. Don't let it be you. If you can help, help so that your lives will be a better one. We promise bringing you the contact details, and then my TP will do his best to bring it out. And if you're watching us on Facebook, you're welcome to Krystal Voice TV on YouTube. If you're watching us on all other platforms, you're welcome to Krystal Voice. This is us. On this platform, we hit the nail straight on top of its head, or we tell it as it is. We don't run about the bush. We don't beat about the bush. It is a business we have to do. We have to. It is an assignment. Let me use that word. It is an assignment we have to talk about, and we do it just as it is. And someone would say, "Why is she saying it without polishing it a little bit?" I keep saying this. Our levels of understandings are different. It doesn't vary. It varies. It is always not the same. And somehow I can't remember. I did a program somewhere, and I was trying to polish what I was saying. And after the program, a call came, and the person was like, "I didn't understand what you said." So next time, speak the language we all understand. So here, I learned from there. And so everywhere I go to, I speak the language people understand. The common or basic languages is what I speak on this platform so that everybody will know or understand what we talk about. That is the numbers on your screen. If you want to have any business doing with us, please pick the numbers and call us, and then we'll talk about it. This platform is open for every discussion, relationships, marriage, everything health. We are open for everything except concepts, except selling of products that are against our rules. Other than that, it is open for all. So our doors are open 24/7. You can call us. I quite remember yesterday someone called me around 11 p.m. No, I don't do business that way. You can message. By the grace of God, if I wake up and I go to the phone and I see that your message is there, I will respond to you. Don't call me at 11 p.m. If you call, I will not pick it. From 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening is fine by me. But when you are coming, come speaking what you want us to talk about, and we are good to go. And we are good to go. So I'm going to love you, or we are going to love you to say thank you for coming, thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and God bless you. And also have a lovely week, and see you all again, same time,